Is former daytime talk show host Wendy Williams formally retired? Well, based on this recent video, it seems as if that might be the case. Or is this just a bigger part of her plot to make sure that Kelvin Hunter, aka Kevin Hunter, does not get any more alimony from her? Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So it seems as if while things were quiet for quite some time and we didn't see or hear from Wendy Williams, it seems as if she's slowly but surely coming back out, just in time for spring. So as you know, the last report that we did on Wendy Williams, we were talking about possibly her filming a reality show. Page Six was reporting that she went to Fresco by Scotto and had 30 people, audio, cameramen, her team of people. And she was filming this secret project. And a lot of people are speculating that it's going to be some sort of reality show. As you know, Wendy Williams fans have been waiting a long time for her next project after her daytime talk show did not return. There was a lot of talk of her launching some sort of podcast. It's been quite a few months since the announcement of the podcast, but now we have this talk of a possible reality show. As you also know, before that, we were talking about how a judge dismissed Kelvin Hunter's request for his alimony to be reinstated. However, the judge did order the two parties to go into mediation. No update on what the outcome or what the conversations are when it comes to this mediation. But after we covered the mediation, I also spoke to you in that video about, do you think that there is a larger plan here when it comes to Wendy Williams and her possibly, and this is real speculation, possibly doing all of this so she doesn't have to pay Kelvin Hunter any more alimony? Because as you know, in Kelvin Hunter's request, he says that he can't pay his HOA fees, he has no health insurance, he needs to have hip surgery. And a lot of you have strong opinions. You're like, go get a job, Kelvin.
Get your fucking ass up and work.
Some of you are also saying, why should she support you and the mistress and your baby? But also, a lot of you agree with me that you possibly believe that Wendy Williams is playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers, and that this is a bigger plot so she doesn't have to pay Kelvin alimony. But I said to you, part of me believes that, then part of me believes, I don't know, it's very convincing. But as I said to you before, it is interesting timing that Wendy Williams is making appearances right after the judge ordered these two parties to go into mediation. It's interesting timing. But you also may recall, just before we get into what Wendy said recently, within the stipulations of this alimony settlement agreement, it appears that if Wendy Williams is not on Daytime Talk, if she's not making the same salary that she was making on Daytime Talk, she does not have to pay Kelvin any of this money that he is due based off of the settlement agreement. Well, when I heard that she was working on a reality show, and I know some of you think, well, if she's working and might have a podcast, she might have this reality show. You know, we just covered Dubai Bling, and we told you the salaries for that. When you're first launching a reality show, especially when you have the recent history of what Wendy Williams has going on, they're not going to invest a lot of money in a reality show or pay you a lot at first, unless it's successful. So right now, I wouldn't see that she's going to make a tremendous amount of money if she is doing a reality show. Even if she does a reality show, or even if she does a podcast, she could easily not make as much as she's making on the daytime talk show and still not have to pay Kelvin Hunter. And I know what you're also possibly thinking, but why would she do this? She doesn't have any control of her money right now. Well, you know she has a financial guardian in place, so her money right now is protected. But the financial guardian is providing her with money so she's able to live the life that she's used to. It's not like she's getting a stipend and she's living like we are.
Oh, you was getting smart.
Even though I know you've seen her out in public and she's shopping and doing things on her own, I believe all of that is a choice. I do believe she's still living in her New York City penthouse. She's doing okay. Well, speaking of Wendy Williams being out, I know you probably saw a video over the weekend of Wendy, and I know we are in this age where people are filming everything and everyone. No one has privacy anymore. Okay. Couldn't be me. So you may have seen this video footage where Wendy was asking for help as she was trying to get out of a car.
I'm going. Somebody help me. I help you.
When you help,
No.
Okay.
And then when she was coming out of a store and the woman who was videotaping her was like trying to help her off the stairs. She was like,
No.
So I'm not surprised by that. Wendy Williams, that is who Wendy Williams has always been. I don't think Wendy Williams was being rude. I think maybe there's part of this story in this video that we are missing. And she might be like, you're recording me. Why would I take your hand? I don't know. I feel like there's more to that story that we're missing. But someone recorded Wendy in the grocery store, and she was speaking about traveling. She was picking up kitty litter and some other items, and she was talking about traveling. She was also talking about, because she said she has her wax figure in Paris. I didn't know she had. Does she have a wax figure in Paris? And Vegas? I know she has one here in New York City. Or maybe she meant the Paris Hotel in Vegas. I don't know. You guys will let me know in the comments section. But one of the things that stood out to me in this conversation, first of all, she talked about, I want to do Seth Meyers, who has been a good friend to Wendy, loves Wendy. She's been on his late night talk show quite a few times. I wouldn't be shocked to see her do those shows. But she also talked about being on The View and going back to The View. Both of these platforms love Wendy. She's been on there several times. I wouldn't be shocked to see her on there. I don't know the likelihood of any of that happening, and if she was to go on there, what would she be promoting right now? But maybe that's where she's going to make the big announcement about this reality show or secret project that she's filming. Maybe. But that's not what stood out to me. Wendy says in this video that she is, quote, formally retired.
I'm shopping for kitty litter because I have a wax museum in Paris and one in California. And so I'm going to spend a week in Paris and then 3 weeks in California and then immediately fly back.
Oh.
And then I want to be on TV, stuff like Seth Meyers, Joy Behar, Whoopi Goldberg, The View, stuff like that.
That's good, yeah.
I'm formally retired. Fine, perfect. Anyway, they're older, so they use science diet and all that stuff.
And I know what you're thinking. You're like, well, that doesn't make sense. You mentioned that you have a podcast coming and you have a possible secret project that you're filming. Again, this for me is just confirming that Wendy Williams is not going to at least return to any project that's going to pay her the amount of money she was making on the Wendy Williams show. And that might be intentional because of what's going on with Kelvin Hunter. And I know what some of you will say, I don't know, Kempire. If this is the case, she's very convincing. She deserves an Oscar. I don't know. I believe there might be more going on mental health-wise, sobriety-wise. Because, that has been the report. She has gone into a wellness facility for treatment a couple of times in the last couple of years. It could be hopeful, wishful thinking on many of our parts. But some things just are not adding up, and then some things are adding up. Like, well, this would make sense. Well, according to Wendy, she is, quote, formally retired, for whatever that means, from someone who has been a worker bee her entire life. To make such a big exit in this way is interesting, and also very interesting timing. Guys, as always, I want to know your reaction to some of this video footage and what Wendy is saying. What do you believe? Do you believe she is playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers? Or do you believe that something really is going on with Wendy and maybe that she really isn't ready to come back in any shape or form to a podcast, to a reality show? Honestly, at this point, I don't want to see a reality show if she is not in the best condition, like she is not herself. But based off the video footage that we've seen, she seems to be in a better space than we've seen her in the last year or so. Guys, as always, let's continue this conversation in the comments section. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.
You bring the lighter. I got